What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am super excited because today is going to be a huge day. Today we are putting this thing back together. At least that's the plan. I've obviously never done this before, but I really think that we can get it done in one day, at least get it mostly put back together. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. Okay, so I got a little monster just to make sure that we have the energy to get this thing done. So there's really not that much to it. Basically, what we have to do is put our driver's side coil bucket back in. If you saw the last video, you saw that I took this off to fix my cracked frame, which again, it looks awesome. It literally looks like nothing ever happened there. So we're gonna put that back in. We'll roll our axle underneath the truck, get it centered, install probably the radius arms, then maybe the springs, and the rest of the whole steering. Like I said, I'm super excited for this, so let's get right to it. So the first thing that I gotta do to install that coil bucket is actually grind down another one of these bolts. I first did this one, but it was a little bit too short, so I went ahead and grabbed this longer one. I'll show you why we gotta grind it down like this here in a little bit, but it'll make sense. Okay, and we got the bolt all grinded down, and basically the reason why I had to do this is because if you didn't watch the videos where I was doing, like all this layout, one of the bolts on the coil buckets is like super close to the cross member. So the cross member basically crosses kind of like right around this area right here. It goes kind of like this, so it's like right there, and the bolt won't fit, at least if you don't grind it down. So that's why we took a little bit off of it right there. And the cool thing is that it basically holds itself in place now. There we go. Perfect. That is exactly what I wanted. The next thing I'm gonna do before I put the coil bucket in is actually get this brake line installed properly. Now they're kind of just hanging on there. So my plan, and hopefully it works, is I'm gonna try and take one of these nuts out, actually that one, and that hole is like basically the same size as that that stud or that bolt, or maybe a little bit smaller, but I can drill it out and use that basically as a mounting point for my brakes. So hopefully it works. I'm gonna go ahead, take care of that, clean out the threads on here on these fittings, and we'll be good with that. Okay guys, and there we go. It looks pretty clean. It's, like I said, secured to one of these studs on the frame. Our brake lines are in there pretty good. Now, because I know that you guys are going to be wondering, these are actually brake lines off of a 2006 F250, because the 2008 don't fit. These should be a bolt-in, like I said. You can already see they were a bolt-in on the truck side, so that's a plus. Now all we gotta do is hook up this end to the axles and we'll be good. And now we have our coil bucket back installed, tightened. This one bolt, as you can see, it faces in. It should be fine. It doesn't come in contact with the coil. But yeah, everything's nice and tight. I gave it all of the ugga-duggas, so we'll be good. Just kidding, I still have to torque it, but it's nice and tight. And as you can see, the brake lines are nice and out of the way. Those will be good too. They're also tight. Like I said, I cleaned them out and I tightened them, so I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. Now we're gonna work on installing the actual rough country lift kit, so let's get to that. Now the first thing that I'm gonna do is install these drop brackets for the radius arms. That's pretty easy. It's only 2 bolts. These just slide right inside of the OEM brackets, so let's go ahead and do that. Now they're pretty easy to install, but this closed stand faces the back of the truck. So we'll grab it, slide it into place. Now it's a pretty good fit. You do gotta kind of slap it around, but it goes right in. Now you want to grab one of the sleeves that comes in the kit, like this, and one of these big bolts and a washer. We're gonna slide our sleeve in place and then get our bolt through. You might have to tap it a little bit. There we go, there's the first one. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the second one. Of course. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab another washer and the nut and install those. And there we go, guys, just like that, our drop bracket is in. It was actually super easy. All we have to do now is get this tight, but we'll leave it like that for now. Now the next thing that I did is notch this little kind of flange on the radius arm. As you can see, all it is, as per their instructions, is 3/4 of an inch from the back to the front. Just go ahead and cut that off, and these are ready. So we're gonna go ahead and throw them in place. Okay guys, we've got the arms in place, and man, this thing is looking awesome. I can't wait to finish it. So now all we're gonna do is install them to the axle, and then after that we can throw the new springs in, and man, this thing's gonna be pretty much done. So let's do that. Okay guys, are you ready for this? Man, I can't believe this. Check it out. We've got the axle basically installed. We got the radius arm mounted to the axle, mounted to the truck. This thing is basically in position. It was super easy. All I did was basically bring the axle in, line it up with the brackets, with the radius arms. Like I said, those things were already mounted at the truck over there. So the first thing that I did was mount this top bolt on both of them. Then I brought my jack in, jacked it up a little bit, then brought a ratchet, kind of just to get that tilt. Don't lift it up just by that. I don't know if it's good or not, but I didn't. So I would probably suggest that you guys don't do that either. But like I said, I used the ratchet to line up the bottom holes on both of these, basically to where the bolt would just slide right in. And yeah, we're basically done with this part of the installation. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw the coil springs in this thing. Like, man, I'm excited for this. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay guys, so we are pretty close with this thing. I have the coil bucket, sorry, the coil in. The small part goes down. The bigger part with the isolator goes up. And I'll show you what I did on the other side to kind of hold it. But for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and jack it up and hope that it goes in there. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we have a ratchet strap around this, just because I'm not gonna put it on the wheels quite yet, but I am gonna lower it off the jack for now, which is pretty much what I did on the other side. I jacked it up, put a strap around it, drop the jack. That way this side would drop down. Came here, put the spring on, jacked it up again, and now this stuff is in place. So now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put the track bar on, and once that's on, I might go ahead and put the tires on. Now the reason why I want to wait until the track bar is on, because I don't want to have the tires, I don't want it to be on the axle without the track bar, because it could kind of fall over. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that the track bar is on, and then we'll put the tires on and put it under its own weight. So I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll check back in with you guys after that is in place. Okay guys, so this thing is pretty much in. We have the radius arms holding it from going back and forward. We have our track bar holding it from going left to right. So now what I'm gonna do is actually jack it up, put the wheels and tires on it, and put it on its own weight. Because if I did everything right, I'm pretty sure that it should be able to hold itself up now. Man, I'm excited. Another thing, my track bar bracket that I have, it's adjustable. So it has this setting, which would be the far right setting. Has a center setting and a far left. Again, like I said, I have it on the far right. That's just for now so that I can see if it's gonna work or not. That might get adjusted later to maybe the center or the other side. What I did do was to kind of get it centered, we put a level up against the truck like that, got it nice and level, took a measurement from the level to the U-joint on both sides, and try to get the axle pretty nice and centered, so that we can put that bolt on the right setting. So hopefully it'll be all right. If not, no big deal. We'll just move it to one of the other settings until we got something that we like. So yeah, now like I said, we're gonna throw the new tires on this thing and see what it looks like, because I've been dying to see this thing put back together. So again, let's go ahead and do that. Loud noise. Last time when I was in the back end, I got all excited, so I went and put on the tires and wheels, and they weren't fitting on. I was like, what the hell? What's going on? Like, did I get the wrong ones or something? And I was like there for like 10 minutes trying to figure it out. And then I finally like took it off, and I forgot to take off those lug nuts, so it wasn't like going in all the way. And I was like, oh, well, that would explain it. Alright guys, check it out. We got the truck back under its own weight. And wow. It looks really good. I absolutely love those wheels and tires. I love the way it looks. I think it turned out perfect. Just absolutely perfect. And I really can't wait to take this thing outside and really test it out. But this video, guys, already went on super long, like way longer than I was expecting it to. I might actually have to cut it short. We'll see once we're editing, because this took me way longer than I thought it was gonna take. But I'm super excited. Let me know what you guys think about the way that it turned out. Leave me a comment. What do you think about the wheels and tires? Because this is kind of the first time that you really have a look at them. Anyways, like I said, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the way that it looks, and we'll see you on the next one.